You want to look for, yeah, we're talking about a LinkedIn strategy. So the fact that you only have 14 is crazy. That means that no effort has been made to grow this list. I'm just being honest. And if the other person listening to this at this moment, like, just don't take it personally, take it to heart.
Mm.
So the first thing you do is this is e-commerce marketing managers. That's exactly who you want to talk to in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And we just refine it. You click on people. We start with second connections, which mean for the 14 that you have, these are all the people that are second connections to them, meaning someone that they're connected to is connected to these people.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who they are. This just refines the list a little bit. You don't want to change that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing is we clicked on locations, which is Canada and the US. So with that, you have 8 pages, roughly 800 people. And if only 20% or 25% of these people are relevant, that's still way above and beyond the 50 that you need per year to have a successful year. If you sold 50 new clients this year, would that be a successful year?
It would be decent, yeah.
Okay. So it would be decent for the sales rep too, right?
Yeah.
And out of those 50, at least 1 to 5 would be the potential client that's the ideal one, the bigger one.
Mm.
That could probably be long-term projects, right? At
Yeah.
least 10%. So just realize that first, and then use this platform for what it's meant to be used for, which is networking. So when you're doing networking, you want to reach out. You got to do cold outreach or it's not going to work. And you have to put posts up that are relevant to those 50 people. That's it. Any message that connects to anyone outside of those 50 is wasting time.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how do you do that? Is the first thing you got to do is you got to get to your point. Like, what is it that you're the best at and how you do it that separates you from the pack? That's what you should be talking about. Anything
Mm.
else isn't really like, who cares? I really know your industry really well. Oh, great, right? What's the problem that you help solve? Connect with me to that problem because that's the only people you want to connect to right now. I don't want to have a conversation about your kids and all this. Not that I'm against kids or against you, but that's not what I'm here for, right? After we find out if you have the problem that I help solve, then I can talk all about your family and get to know you better. But until then, I don't have time for that. I'm focused on getting my results. That's the
Mm.
attitude that this should be taken with. And if it's not the right person in place. And if this person is hearing it, it's true. It's the same thing in my business. If I'm not doing this often enough, I need to find somebody else because it's hurting my business. Right. So I would definitely be looking at that. And then when you're doing your outreach, it sounds obvious, but you got to be human. And you don't know if they're a sale yet. So I want to get to the point. Hey, here's how we help people, right? Identify the problem that you solve.
Yeah.
This is critical because you're looking specifically for prospects who have that exact pain that your offer solves. That's what you want to connect to. I'm connecting to it in my message. I'm connecting to it in my conversations. Not similar problems, not adjacent challenges, but your precise specialty. Right? If they don't have this pain, they're not your soulmate client yet.
Mm.
Move
Yeah.
on. Save time. Save them hassle, right? Don't ruin your first impression. Save them for another day. This is focused primarily on discovering where the gold is. And this is what you're looking for right now. It's gold. You don't have time to look for tin, right?
Mm.
Won't pay the bills. You want
Yeah.
to present a clear solution. This is where most stumble or fail, right? Instead of a vague to no promises, use a two-step offer system or documents, right, that show what you guys do. And I know you can show something pretty quickly. You can do some form of audit or something like that that shows them something very quickly, right?
Yeah.
So so that the heavy lifting, so you don't have to do a pitch. You just say, hey, do you have this problem? If you do, we have a solution, and I can show you um, something tangible right away before we even start thinking about working together. So you create a simple but catchy visual. It's like having that handoff that unconsciously gives us a reason to reach out besides, hey, here I am, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then remember, if you're sure of the results and they know that before they get on the call, the solution usually will start selling itself. And then you close with a clear roadmap. No ambiguity, no hesitation. Once they see and respond to your solution, provide a roadmap and saying, look, you said you have this problem. We just showed you based on this audit that this is what could happen. Here's how we can do it. Here's the specific next steps. Here's the timeline that it can happen and exactly what's going to happen after you say yes. This eliminates uncertainty and makes decision making easy. It's not comfortable when you first start doing it because we're just not used to saying it. But once you get used to saying it, it becomes easy because it's like people will respect you even if they don't buy from you because they're like, thanks for not wasting my time,
Mm. Yeah.
right? Thanks for being different. Thanks for getting to the point. Thanks for seeing my problem. Jacob, I'm not in a position right now to do it, but trust me, Um, if I was, I would say yes. And that's when I say, okay, so you're not yet. When do you think you will be?
Mm.
And then they're either gonna like start trying to tap dance because they were bullshitting me up front, or they're gonna tell me a firm date. Like, hey, it's gonna be seriously, Jake, it's gonna be 6 months. Okay. Who do you know right now? Boom, I jump into referral mode. Who do
Mm.
you know
Okay.
right now that you could tell by first name that they have this situation and they could probably use help? You're not here to say, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. You're here to get business. And then make sure you remind them and ask before hanging up or hopping off. If they did not say yes, remind them of this conversation. Hey, Alan, just being clear, right? You mentioned that you didn't or you weren't or you would like to have, right? These type of results.
Hmm.
And we've identified that you not only you don't, but that there's a really easy solution to doing it. And that you could start seeing results within the first week once we get things implemented, but for sure within the first 30 days. All that you have to do is commit to it. What do you need to make sure you're ready? And what's necessary for you to get this result? I don't think 6 months is going to really help. It's going to hurt you. And I'm only saying it because I'm passionate about what I do, but I'm also passionate about helping other companies.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's a
people,
good
if
way to
people
handle
take it
objection.
offensive, it's like, so what? Right? But this is what it's going to take. And it's not that difficult, but it takes persistence. And this person should be reaching out to 15 people a day, 1 5, to connect to them. He should be following up with 15 people, right? If there are 15. Once you get a connection request, he should be commenting on their post and then sending a message that just says something really simple. Let me see if I have something. So here's something, right? So here's an example. And this was from a client. She was a brand consultant and created a course. And so um, the offer is simple. It's like, do you know anyone who needs branding help? That's my outreach message. Basically,
Oh,
if
I
you
think.
if
Yeah.
it's you, let's hop on a call. If it's not, please share their name and if they're on LinkedIn, how I can get in touch with them. Or
Mm.
if they're not on LinkedIn, how I can get in touch with them. And what happened was she booked 3 discovery calls in 3 days, but this was the people that she knew. If you send a message to people that you don't know, you're not connected. I would just say something in the fact of what it is that you do.
Mm,
And so if it were a brand consultant, I would say I help companies, right, get their brand identified easily and transition from brand awareness to brand loyalty in, 30 days or something, whatever it is. Do you know anybody that's interested, right? Or I might say something, I'd refine this, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea. Um, so in your case, what's the main result that they're going to get? Open rates, right?
uh, well, inbox placement. We can't guarantee open rates because if we get them placed in the primary inbox, but then they write a poor subject line, then that's
Hmm.
obviously out of our control.
And what's a
But
what's
our
a
thing is,
realistic percentage of inbox placements that when you guys work with people they experience? I know it's like crazy number.
it is, yeah. We have consistently seen 95% plus inbox placement is what we see. And that varies anywhere from just like a 10% improvement, where some are, getting about 90% and we get them up to 99, 100. And then there's others that are like a 33%, and then we get them well above 95.
Hang on a second. How long is the call? Could you do it in 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
So here's what I would say. Alan, we consistently see a 95% inbox placement um, with the work that we do. If you're curious or interested, let's hop on a quick 15-minute call. I'll share our process, or I'll
Hmm.
share our thing. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not, thank you for reading this. Who would you know that I might reach out to? And if they're not on LinkedIn, what's the name of their company?
Hmm. Okay. Should write
Right?
that one.
Right to the point, man. Like, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to get business.
Yeah.
So, hey, we consistently see a 95% inbox placement with our processes, with our system, with our whatever it is.
Hmm.
If you're curious or interested, let's hop on a quick 15-minute call. If you're not, who do you know? Who's one person you know that I could reach out to today? And if they're not on LinkedIn, what's the name of their company?
Yeah.
Right? If you take that offensively, we would never work together anyway.
Hmm.
But you got to change something to start getting some results.
Yeah.
And only having 14 people, let's look at your post. That's the next thing. So this alone, not posting, just this strategy alone will get him appointments. And if it doesn't, he's not doing the work. I'm just being
Hmm.
honest.
Yeah.
All right, can you expand that so I can read it?
Oh, bigger, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Monday mindset, fresh starts and forward motion. Too generic. It's the first Monday of April, a month known for renewal and fresh beginnings, just like nature blooming again. So can your business momentum. We believe every email is a seed, and when nurtured, the right sending practices, it grows into connection, trust, and conversion. Yeah, way too generic. He's using AI, isn't he?
Likely, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell there's hyphens, and these emojis are ChatGPT specials
Oh,
because it
yeah.
doesn't matter how great your email copy is if no one sees it, right? Okay, so you're just like 98% of everybody else. Next, it's like if you're not getting 95% inbox placement from your email provider, whatever it is that your business is called,
Hmm.
then you need to talk to us. Set up an appointment today. It's like, okay, and then you'll get some people to go, oh yeah, BS. Yeah, this is definitely AI. So hold on. Email deliverability, good copy versus sending reputation. You've crafted the perfect email, compelling, da da da. You don't help with emails, do you?
No. Well, it's not a service that's directly related to mail furnace, but if someone
Right.
does request, we do have a referral to an email agency.
Okay. So that's secondary though. But the primary message right now is you've crafted the perfect email, compelling subject, engaging. You're talking about the way I do email. Many focus solely on great copy, but if your emails don't reach inboxes, okay, now you're getting to the point. So this to me, if your emails don't reach inboxes, they won't perform. That's the headline. Your
Hmm.
sending reputation is just as crucial, is more crucial. Because if it doesn't land in your inbox, I don't give a who, what kind of copywriting you use, right? So if you
Yeah.
have good copy or you want the power of good copy to take effect, you have to do this, right? The role of sending reputation, boom, boom, boom. So this one has a little bit better thing, but it's talking about two different things in one post. That's not good. You only remember he's talking to 50 people, right? Who 3% of them, which is 1.5 of them a day, will be ready to take some action.
Mm.
So you got to get to the point and you got to talk about what you can help me with. What's my pain? So, hey, it's another Monday, right? Email deliverability, good copy versus sending reputation. So that's not bad, but I could say email deliverability will either uplift or ruin your reputation as a e-commerce marketing manager, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how perfect your email is. If you don't have this in place, you're going to be looking for a new job and you're not going to be able to use this company as a reference because they're going to tell people how crappy you were,
Mm.
right? When it was their system. If you're looking for a 95% inbox placement, and that would not only uplift your reputation as a manager, but increase the bottom line for your company, which means more income for you because you're doing so great, then here's what you need to do. Let's see. You need spam complaints, bounce rate, all this stuff. All these things can be addressed in one call. Set up a 15-minute audit and find out how fast you can turn this around.
Mm. Okay.
Just getting to the point, like, I don't want people that are tire kickers. I want somebody that's interested today. Plus, remember, at any given time, right, there's only a small percentage that are able to see this or are seeing it, meaning actively looking. So, what you want to do is you have to connect with these people quickly and to the point, and they need to know what you're really good at very, very quickly, or it's not going to work. And I would
Mm.
tell them to quit using AI. You can use it as a template, but you can't just like, I could go in right now, you could too, and say, create 5 email posts for LinkedIn, da 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 da. Here's what we do, here's who our client is. And it's going to create 5 posts like this. And then it's like,
Hmm.
okay, oh, oh man, that was a hard 10 minutes worth of work. Done for the week,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So let's go down to the comments section. Yeah, no comments, no likes.
Mm.
Go to the next post. Down to the bottom.
Yeah. Two
All
comments
right.
here.
So okay, let's look at it. Hold on. So he's got a comment, no reply. That's a shame.
Yeah.
He should be going back, like this person should get a like their post right now. Just hit like.
Yeah.
That's a lead.
Well,
Loving
that's
this,
actually
loving this.
so.
That's a client, you said?
Oh no, no, that's him.
Oh,
That's young.
okay. So, but he should still, loving this approach, small improvements goes a long way. So, okay, little bit. What he should be doing is representing himself and saying, "Hey, we just had a client that reached 95%, da 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 da," right?
Mm, yeah.
Um, yeah, and then sharing that. Hey, if you want to
Mm.
see this, boom, click on this link. So hit the edit button on what you just placed. The
Oh,
next yeah, hit edit.
yep.
And then just saying, if you're interested in getting, no, don't take that out. Yeah, if you're interested in getting a 95% inbox placement, start here.
And then,
Keep that in there and then make it another paragraph. Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool. But he's not getting any engagement, which means
Mm,
uh, let's let's see if it says scroll down just a little bit, or you can't scroll up a little bit.
yep.
Let's see. It says yeah, it doesn't even tell you how many impressions there were. Okay.
Let's see if this one. This one does organic impressions 14.
14 impressions, right? Which
Yeah.
means we're not showing it to anybody outside of your little group because
Mm,
it's not relevant. It's too generic.
yes. Well, and also that they're not engaging with it. So
Right.
like the moment one of our followers engages with it, it then shows onto their timeline, which would then be impressions elsewhere. So it's
Well, and
clear
then
it's not.
LinkedIn says, "Oh, let's show it to more people."
Yeah.
So scroll down to another one. Let's just take a look at it. Throwback Thursday, the evolution of email marketing. Yeah, too generic. You're not getting my attention. You're just like you want me to go, "Oh, this is so nice."
Mm,
Um, okay, I'm glad I wasted 5 minutes of my time not wanting to be like harsh about it, but I want you to get the point.
yeah.
Scroll down. Let's see if anybody liked it or anything.
Mm,
Two others. So click on the you and two others right under the picture.
all right. Yes.
So
Oh,
Eric, do you know Eric?
oh yeah. Yeah. He's my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you. Okay.
Yep.
So that's just saying, hey, man, we got 24 impressions, so this was a little better. So this says, oh, this topic is better. I should write more posts about that topic.
Mm, yeah. Um, for Wednesday, we do a topic called Winning Wednesdays, where we
Uh-huh.
do like a case study or like one of the successes our clients had.
So I would take out Winning Wednesday, and at the bottom, I just put, I hope you enjoyed our Winning Wednesday. Look for the next one next week, right?
Okay.
But having it as the first thing isn't you got to remember, right, that if you're lucky, they're seeing the first 2 to 3 lines in their phone.
Mm,
So if Winning Wednesday is taking up one line, it's like that may be enough to make me go scroll, right?
yeah.
But if I see from 35% to 100%, boom, a game changer for, I wouldn't say client C, I would say our client, or
Okay.
for, because client C sounds like I just made it up. Our client could be made up, could not be. It's 50-50.
Mm, okay.
Let's see. So I would just say take out every email marketer knows because if they're reading it, they already know it.
Mm,
Landing in the inbox isn't a guarantee, it's a strategy. Boom. And for client C, the adjustments we made to the strategy paid off. Right? I don't care about the challenge. I'd say the transformation was this. In 4 weeks, this is what they got. And then I would say, before they got these results, here's what they were experiencing
Okay. Oh, so after then before.
after, right? Share me the
Okay.
win. Get me, keep me, you got to get me interested and curious, and then I'll read the rest. But I would just say that, like, this isn't a win for client C, it's proof at email furnace, boom. You just get to the point. Hey, the best way, if you're curious about this or you're interested in these type of results, there's a link at the bottom. Get yourself this free thing, right?
Mm,
Like, call
okay.
to action needs to be strong. There's no call to action in this. They're not asking for engagement. They're not asking for anything. That's why you're not getting anything.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. That's enough for one session. I
Alrighty.
beat you. I beat you up enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I plumped you up with a little bit of swelling and bruising, but you'll get over it. As one of the who's Chase Weir?
Oh, he's my business partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as one of the parents in the baseball league said, when the opposing team was up to bat and got hit, the parent reached out. You're okay. Just rub dirt on it. I'm like, you get your butt up there and get hit by a hard ball.
Mm,
um, I always like when the coaches go, stay in the box. It's like, screw you, man. I don't want my kid to get hit. So I would just say that that right there would be good strategy for you to definitely switch up.
mm.
You have to
Okay.
lead, you have to lead them, and then you have to go in and check it and get on them, but say, hey, quit using quit using ChatGPT. I can hire someone for $1 an hour to do that. All you got to do is send them the prompt, and then once a
Mm,
week adjust the prompt.
yeah. Okay.
So so let me share my screen. So quit sharing.
Yeah, let me stop here.
Let me open up mine. Let's go to this. I am a, what's your business?
Oh, the name?
No, it's an email. What's mail furnace again? Like,
It's email deliverability.
what's the offer that you offer?
Uh,
It's an audit. What is it?
we do a free inbox placement test.
Which does what?
Um, we give them a list of seed contacts that they then put into their email system to send a test newsletter to, and then we give them a report of where they placed in the four top providers.
Okay, I think that's good. So let me share my screen. I wanted to get that done so you didn't have to. So I just prompted chat, right? And so I have an email deliverability company that places, I have a client with, I don't want it to think I do.
Yeah, otherwise it updates its memory.
Right. So I'm just going to go, um, I want it to read. No, I'm just going to go simple search. Got it. You want 5 LinkedIn posts, da 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 da. So that took me about 2 minutes to write that prompt, right?
Hmm.
Now it knows me. That's why it's not putting emojis in. Because I say
Okay.
no emojis. And I
Oh
yell
yeah.
at it when it puts hyphens in. Don't hyphen it.
Mm. Oh, the M dash. Yeah, that's like the telltale sign that it's AI.
Right.
Yeah.
So nice, short, to the point. E-commerce marketing matters. There's a 250K blind spot you might not see. Well, that might get my attention. Email drives 20 to 40% of total e-commerce revenues, but if 30% of your sends land in promotions or spam, you're losing serious money. We help brands hit 95% inbox placement, and we're offering a free inbox placement test that shows you where your emails go to Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and Apple, what hidden issues may be blocking your success. Imagine da da da. Drop test in the comments. See, there's a call to action.
Mm. Yeah.
More ads or fix the inbox. That's a good one. Before you spend more on ads, fix this first. E-commerce marketing manager scaling your brand. You hit a ceiling, da da da. We deliver 95%. Get a custom seed list, full delivery report across Gmail, Outlook, no sales pitch. Right? DM DM me free test if you want in.
Mm.
All of these are leads. What's really blocking your open rates? E-commerce marketing managers aren't email experts. That's why this could probably be something that creates curiosity or interest.
Hmm.
But if you're not landing in the inbox, none of that matters. We help build brand secure 95% placement, right? Why your best campaigns fall flat. Ooh, that's a good one. Hit me right in the heart. Look at that, even a target.
Mm. Even though you were just shouting, telling me not to use emojis. There it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, it can't help itself. It really can't. A few tips, mix them up. Post 1 or 2 a week, post 3 and 4, then the next. Always invite simple action. Respond with any comments. After someone DMs you, send them a personal thank you and the next steps. So I'm going to copy this and paste it and send it to you,
Oh,
including the prompt.
oh, excellent.
All right. So, but this person needs to fill in some blanks. Like if you're hiring them to do something, they're either not the right person or you're paying too much for that position because they're not doing the work. I would definitely add
Excuse me.
a testimonial or a picture
Hmm.
to each post. Social proof is amazing. Put text testimonials, video testimonials, written
Mm.
testimonials, whatever it is that you can.
Yeah. So far, we haven't been able to get any clients to agree to it. That was actually like one of the objections that got our first lead off. He was like, I don't agree at all to giving a video testimonial or have my name anywhere near this. So they seem very hesitant regarding that.
Well, that's okay. So I would just say, you know, our industry warrants this. So it's really hard for us to get factual testimonials. But we have a company that, boom, 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 has this size of a list, right? That's what I would be sharing.
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
I would make up a few generic ones that just says what your customer told you.
Hmm.
We were talking to a customer, and here's what they had to say. Alan, man, we had a 95% inbox placement. We've never had that. And that was within the first week. and
Yeah.
then just take the quotation marks off. There's a workaround for all of this. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. I was getting passionate there, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was for sure. But it's like, because I know it how close it is for you, and it's like, damn it, you just need this person to go do their job.
Mm.
Instead of you having to like have these conversations with people. I know the frustration of that because I had to have them. And it's like, man, I believe I'm being as clear as I can possibly be, and yet these people still show up and don't do what I'm asking them to do. And it's part of the deal, I guess, but it's also an insight into us having to be a little bit firmer. And
Mm.
what I was getting at you today was about how you can be like very direct and still not be perceived as being too salesy, too pushy.
Yeah.
If you think that I am, then you're not an ideal person yet or ever. And I'm okay with
Mm.
that. You have to be okay with that to a certain point.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because the approach that we've been taking so far is um, like a lot of these e-commerce companies, unless they have like dedicated in-house staff, a lot of them work with agencies
mhm.
to manage their email providers. And so we've been looking at it from going to these providers that we're integrated with and speak and looking at their partner directory, who there is professionally or certified with Klaviyo or Entreport, for example, and then we do outreach to them. And the nice thing about that is that's a lot more of a soft sale because we're not selling to the agency. We're selling them the idea of the product that they then go and then sell to their clients, in which they get paid a commission for it. But you know, in the end, all three sides of it win.
Yeah. So with somebody like that, I would just say, hey, Alan, I want to talk to you about uh, your approach. I just want to get an insight to the approach that you have with your clients.
Mm,
And if they're too soft, then I would say, are you open to a few suggestions? Um,
mm,
Otherwise, it's not a good fit. You got to find a different avenue because if they're not bringing you people, it doesn't matter,
mm.
right? So
Okay.
I would just say, hey, I'm looking. So here's this would be my approach. I'm you. Hey, I'm Alan. Da da da. I'm the owner or co-owner of this. Here's what we're looking for in agencies. Is that who you're talking to? Agencies?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the ideal because
Okay.
rather than sell mail furnace to the end client, we're selling the concept to the agency that can then sell it to their clients.
Right. Here's what I'm looking for in agencies. I'm looking for agencies that are really hungry to make more money and are really driven to help their clients increase their inbox placement. Do you fit that?
Mm,
And if not, it's okay. Because if you say yes, I'm going to ask you to be really driven with our message. And some people perceive it as pushy. I perceive it as getting to the point
mm,
without being pushy. And so, is this something that you would be open to entertaining? You only need one or two that actually provide. But I don't want to waste a bunch of time with you and waste all this time doing this. And then you're being, oh, just give it a try. You don't have to commit to anything, right? It's
mm.
like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, the thing is, we do need commitment of at least 3 months for most people to see results. We do have some, you know, very successful stories with clients and results where, like, you know, the one that we showed how they went from 25 to 90 to 100% actually. That was done in 4 weeks, but that's like
The
that's
exception
out
to
of the
the rule.
norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
So
exception.
I would just say, hey, we ask for 90-day commitment because it takes on average around that somewhere in between day one and day 90 for this to happen. But we're so confident in it that at the end of 90 days, if you don't have this, we'll work with you for another 3 months for free,
Mm,
right? But because I'm asking you to commit, I'm giving you my commitment. But we're looking for people that commit. If that's you, let's have a conversation about how we can get started.
mm.
I would just like, you could do this in Alan's voice, who is very nice and gentle, right? You could do
Yep.
this and you could just say, hey, these are the type of companies that hey, Alan, it's Jacob. Hey, these are the type of companies that we work with best. We need ones that are driven and committed, but also understand that it takes time for this to happen. But because of that, we're only looking for ones that are really committed. And if they commit, then here's our commitment. Not only do we anticipate this is what's going to happen in 90 days, but if for some reason it wouldn't, here's our additional commitment. We would work with that company for an additional 90 days to get you up to that number.
Mm.
That's our commitment. But I'm really only looking for companies that are ready to commit and understand the level of commitment that it takes to make this work. If that's your company, I'd love to have another conversation with you or a further one. What do you think? Right? I just gave you a pretty soft approach.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is pretty good then.
Okay. So that's kind of where I'd go with it. And you got to find someone that's able to do it. And if it's not who you have right now, then you keep looking because they're there. Again, a couple key things from this is there's only 50 people you need right now for the year,
Mm.
right? I'm
Yeah.
saying we're entering the fifth month. In 7 months, you can find 50 people if you're reaching out to 15 people a day to connect,
Hmm.
then you're reaching out to 5 to 15 people a day to introduce a meeting. Within 90 days, he will have a full schedule. In
Mm.
90 days, you will have, let's say 50%, 7 a day, 35 a week, right? 35 times three, you'll have over 100 new people minimum
Mm.
as connections,
Yeah.
right?
All
Or
right. Yes.
followers.
Yeah. Assuming that they accept connections.
Well,
Um,
50% will if you do it the way that I mentioned, which is a pretty soft approach.
mm.
It's like, hey, I don't know if we're a good fit yet, but here's what we do, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're a good fit yet. Why don't we set up a meeting? And if we're not a good fit, I'm sure we'll have somebody we can refer to each other. Everybody on here is into networking. We're
Mm.
all on here to grow our businesses.
Yeah.
And if you're not, I don't want to meet with you anyway.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send this video to Jan, because like that one tidbit just there is a
All
good
right. So
connection.
if you're still showing that, hey, sorry, Jan, no offense, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't a
That's
personal
cool.
thing. I have no idea who you are. So,
Yeah.
but
No,
I
he's a good
but I'm
guy.
here to empower you to be better. Yes.
Yeah.
And so, just remember, I was only acting. Yeah, that's right. Or whatever that comedy thing was before.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so I could use help now.
Yeah.
Last time I spoke with you, the getting off